Hey Leo, welcome to my channel, Intuitive Tarot Empath. This is your general reading for June 2017. Before we get started, I realized that I haven't really actually introduced myself formally to you guys. So rude, so let me do that real quick. Hey guys, I'm Robin, and thank you so much for checking out my channel. Before we get started, thank you so much to everybody who has liked and viewed and subscribed and commented and all that good stuff on these videos. I can't even express to you how appreciative I am of all of the support that you guys have shown in the in the last few months since the inception of this channel. So thank you so much, and keep sharing. This is my one of my favorite parts of doing this. So like I said before, this is your general reading for June 2017. In the event that this does or does not resonate with you, go check out your sun, moon, and or rising sign videos so that you can get the most information about the energies surrounding you throughout the rest of June and the first 2 weeks of July. I apologize so much for the lateness with these videos. Things at work got super crazy, but they're about to calm down, so I'm glad that there was a moment where I could do this for you guys. So with that said, I'm going to shuffle the cards and see what's in store for Leo during the month of June. And if you guys don't want to watch me shuffle, you are more than welcome to fast forward. All right, so what are the energies surrounding Leo for June 2017? So what are the energies surrounding Leo for June 2017? What are the energies surrounding Leo? What do you guys got going on for June 2017? Alright. I'm like so tired. Like I said, these days have been super crazy. So, I'm sorry if I seem like a zombie. Not that you can see me, but you can hear me. Hear the zombie-ness in my voice. Alright, so I think we have Leo, June 2017 energies. Leo. I think we have like 3 more shuffles and then we should be good to go. Alright, what are the energies of Leo? Alright, see that one. So this one kind of hopped out a little bit, but we'll see if it gets adjusted back in there. So the 6 of Wands. So June might be something you might be feeling victorious about in June, Leo. And also, we know Wands are fire signs, so you're a fire sign, so that could very well represent you. So let's see. Let's get into it. So I'm going to cut the deck. I think the middle one has some messages for us. All right, so we have the 8 of Wands. The Hermit is what's crossing you. The Knight of Wands. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. The 7 of Wands in reverse. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Chariot. The 5 of Cups in reverse. The World in reverse. And finally, the King of Pentacles. All right, so let's see. On the bottom of the deck is the 3 of Swords in reverse. So I feel like Leo, June into July sees you, or coming into June, some point in June sees you getting over some sort of a heartbreak, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a relationship heartbreak, even though that very well could be the case with this card. That it's usually this card speaks of a third party coming in and sort of dissolving or helping to dissolve a relationship in some way. This also just speaks of heartbreak in general. I want to say that this heartbreak is concerning a job, and about lost opportunities, and maybe feeling as though you haven't been victorious. So you know how the 6 of Wands came up, like kind of flipped out of the deck. So I have a feeling that perhaps you haven't felt so victorious recently, but you're starting to feel back to normal. You're starting to feel like yourself again, because this implies that the heartbreak is over, and that you're getting past whatever hurts you have been experiencing. What else we have is the Hierophant in reverse. So this is asking that you honor different ways of doing things. So the Hierophant is about tradition, and it's a 5. So 5s in tarot are about conflict. So perhaps there was something concerning your work situation that was causing a major conflict and caused you some sort of major disappointment. So it could have been the loss of a job. It could have been if you're in a relationship with someone and your finances are tied, perhaps it was the loss of their job that then made you guys struggle financially. Perhaps it was your own financial struggle because of the loss of a job. Perhaps it was you applied for a job and then didn't get the outcome that you wanted. But I really do feel like this is a job reading. And what this Hierophant is saying is that either you have begun to take non-traditional ways of dealing with the job situation, maybe doing things differently than you had before, because you realized that what you thought was going to work for you didn't. And so the Hierophant is asking you to do things differently, do what makes you uncomfortable, listen to your instinct and really move on that. And it also speaks to the fact that after you've gotten over this heartbreak, you've started to do things differently. You've started to do things in a non-traditional way, and I think that that's brought you emotionally back on top. So here you have the King of Cups, who's, just straight chilling, who is, looking to the future. He's open, he's ready, he's emotionally stable and back on his game. So I think that perhaps you found non-traditional methods of dealing with your disappointment and heartbreak over the loss of something important to you, either concerning work or love. Could be either. But this is saying that you're back on your game. So it's almost like that same sort of 6 of Wands energy that came up before, that you're feeling victorious, you're feeling just like really solid when it comes to your emotions, where maybe you hadn't been feeling that way before. All right, so getting into all of this. So we have the 8 of Wands. So I think that throughout June, you're going to be hearing from a lot of different people. So this could either mean one of two things. Either you have put your resume out into the world and now you're hearing back from all of these new job opportunities. All of this is all about messages. So messages back and forth on email, phone calls, all that kind of stuff. This could also be the arrows of love. So if this for you is a relationship reading, this could be that you've gotten over your heartbreak, you've put yourself out there again in a way that you have not done so before. And so now this is you hearing back from, either could even be someone from the past coming back in and messaging you out of nowhere. It could be if you've been online dating, like all of a sudden you hear all of these different messages from different people. So it's, this is just about messages with work or messages with love. And what's crossing you is the Hermit. So it almost seems as though you put yourself in some sort of self-imposed exile because there was something that you needed enlightenment on. So it's like you're shining a light to the past to see what it was you did that got you to where you are now. But it's almost like I need to know how to fix that so that I don't do it again, because it didn't end well for me last time. And so the Hermit is the card of Virgo. So this is a very hardworking, methodical, it's different than a Leo energy, because Leo energy is very like a lion. Like it's kind but dominant, like sun. I mean, your ruler is the sun, so you are a very sunny, charismatic sign. So if you put, like, this is almost saying that you kind of tampered down your sunshine for a while because you were so busy trying to like do some reflection, but you're coming into a period of time where you're not going to be doing that anymore because you've learned what it is that you need to learn, because with that King of Cups, you're feeling like you're on top again. So 9s and taros are about endings. So I think that these messages coming into you or because of all that work that you've done, you know, I think that the work that you've done is what made that Hierophant card come up in reverse. It's that, like, you've done all this work and you're like, you know what, the traditional ways that I've been doing things haven't been working because I've taken time out to reflect on that. And so either it's the way that you've, like, perhaps this could even speak of, especially because this is a card of Virgo and Pentacles. Virgo is a pentacle card, but this speaks of, so it could be about work. But this is also saying that, like, perhaps you revamped your resume and now you're putting it out in the world, now you're hearing back. You know, perhaps you changed your answers to things during an interview process. You know, perhaps, and if this is a love reading for you, some of you Leos, this speaks of just taking time out for yourself and saying, like, I need a minute to reflect on what has just happened because my heart was broken. But now you're kind of being jarred out of your exile, or your exile is such a negative word. I don't mean it in a negative way, but it's like you took yourself out of the game and now these arrows are coming in and saying, like, no, time to be part of the world again. In the past, we have the Knight of Wands, so I think that this represents you, with your fiery energy, you know, going into battle, ready for whatever comes your way, you know, really ready to fight the good fight when it comes to love or job. You know, that you have this kind of fresh, youthful energy. You're super passionate about what you're embarking on or the journey that you're embarking on. But I have a feeling that there was this sense of that you were going it alone, that, like, whatever it was that you were charging into, whether it was a work situation or a relationship, there was this feeling of, like, even though I'm new here, or even though this is new, even though this is fresh, even though I'm coming at it from kind of this very fresh, new perspective of intense excitement and passion, there was still a part of you that felt like, I'm doing this alone. And so you went into it super excited, and then what happened was this. It was like the Seven of Wands in reverse just speaks of the fact that perhaps there were struggles that you tried to rise above and then felt as though you couldn't. You know, and this is a 7, so 7s are about marriages. They're also about contracts. So, like I keep saying, Leo, this is very much, it could go either way. It could be about work. It could be about love. But this is saying that you went in with that excited Leo energy, charismatic, sun shining. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to fight the good fight, and it's all going to be great. And then it was almost like you encountered something or someone who put you in a place where you were like, oh my God, it is so much work to try to rise above this. And so it almost felt like, I don't want to say you felt as though you were failing, because you weren't failing. It's just, that's how it felt to you. Because you'll notice that he's on there's all these, like, wands in front of him, but then he's standing on a rock that's a little bit higher up than all of those wands. So it's like, you know, it could have been that there were real gossipy people at work that you were trying to kind of rise above the drama. It could have been that, you know, that you went into a work situation, didn't realize how emotionally draining it was going to be, or how overwhelming the workload was going to be. And so you were constantly trying to rise above the stress of it. But every step of the way, like, you might have felt like you were getting above it, and then all of a sudden it was like, sucking you down, sucking you down, sucking you down. But you worked really, really fucking hard at trying to rise above it. And this could also speak to a relationship too, is that if you were with somebody who was constantly in a place where you were worrying about them, or if you were, you know, had questions about what they were doing or what was going on, or, you know, that they kind of left you in the dark about certain aspects of the relationship, this was you trying very hard to rise above the, you know, perhaps the insecurities or whatever that was triggering within you. It was like you were trying to rise above it, but you kept getting pulled down by this person or by this situation or by whatever, you know, by the triggers that this person was bringing up within you. Oh, sorry. I just hit the screen. Oh my god. That's not good. Alright. So the card that crowns this is the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Sorry, there's something on my screen. I'm going to close that. Is the Pentacles in reverse, and this is the card of advice. And what this card is telling you is that, Leo, it does not have to be that much work. You know that now because the Hermit is illuminating that for you. You've reflected on everything from your past, you know, and the Hermit is pointed in the direction of this Eight of Pentacles card. And so this is really telling you that relationships do not have to be that difficult. And you'll notice that he's the only one working in this card. So if the other person's not willing to work on it with you, it's not worth your time, because relationships are not supposed to be as difficult as the one that you just got out of. Or perhaps it was that that person brought a third party into your relationship, and that was something that you had to get over. You know, that was something that you were trying to rise above. And with a work situation, like, this is just saying that you don't have to be the only one doing the job. That, you know, you can go in with that passion, that charisma, that excitement, but you're allowed to involve other people. You know, it doesn't have to all be on you. You don't have to take on all the responsibility. You can share it with other people. And in fact, if this is a work reading and you are trying to rise above, you know, perhaps overwhelming or stressful situations that have been brought about in the work environment by other people, maybe, you know, tacking on more responsibility than you thought you were going to be given during this period of time. I think the Eight of Wands perhaps even sees you doling out the responsibility to other people and being in a management or leadership position when it comes to work. So it's like, even if you're not in a management or leadership position now, because the Knight of Wands is kind of, you know, it's obviously not a king, so it's probably, you know, a little bit lower on the totem pole. It's kind of the guy in the trenches. You know, this sees you kind of taking on a managerial position without being asked to, because you're overwhelmed by the workload. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think that they are going to, whoever your management team is going to see this and is going to really smile kindly on your self-starter kind of, you know, ability to take on responsibility and be able to, like, dole that responsibility out. So this card is just saying that nothing has to be as difficult as the way it's been. You do not have to be the only one doing the job. You can involve other people in it. And here's what's so great. So, you know, if this is the case, that you're trying to rise above the stress of the workplace, that you start putting out feelers for, like, hey, not even put out feelers, like, this is you saying, like, you take this, you take that, you take this, you take that. The Page of Pentacles comes in, and here are those messages received. So if this was upright, I would say that this is you offering, or this is someone offering to you. But in fact, I feel like if this is a work situation, you know, this is, so in the various scenarios that we've been talking about, either this is you revamping your resume, hearing back from people. These are those messages. So there's one that's going to fit. There's one that's going to resonate with you, and there's one that's, you know, someone's going to get back to you and say, like, here's the amount that you'll be making. You know, here's the part of the resume that we like so much. Here, come in for an interview. So this is the definitive kind of response to the random outpouring that you're getting from different job opportunities. If you are at the job currently and not planning on leaving, but you're trying to lessen your workload, and so you're putting out feelers to other people, and or not, I keep saying feelers, and that's not what it is. Like, you are definitive about what it is that you need from these people. And so you're saying, like, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. This is the card that says that people are going to get back to you, and they're going to take what you're giving them. So you've already put the offers in the world. These are the people saying, great, no problem, I got this. Like, you know, it'll be done by so-and-so or blah, blah, blah. So this is really just saying that, like, the intentions or energy that you're putting back, like, into the world is coming back to you. This could even be, you know, for a relationship reading, this could even be that someone new comes into the picture. Could be an earth sign, could be a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. So somebody who's super grounded. And it's new. It's a brand new situation because this is the Page of Pentacles. So if you're messaging back and forth with people because you've decided to online date, this could be the fish that bites, you know, this could be the one that kind of catches your attention. And this is coming in the future. So this is just saying that, like, there are offers for you. There are going to be people who are offering things to you, or they are going to be taking your offers. Because it is in reverse. So this is people taking your offers, you putting those offers out into the world, and these people, you know, snatching them up to make your life easier because you are like, I'm not working this fucking hard anymore. It's unnecessary. So then we have the Chariot. So this is you. And this is also a 7. This is the card of Cancer, I believe. So this card is all about getting your business in order. So once again, this is just you being on top of your game, and this could even be how you're feeling all throughout June and then into July, because it is a 7. This is the latter half of June and the beginning of July, which is Cancer, you know, Cancer birthdays and whatnot, right before you guys. So this is all about getting your affairs in order, getting your love life in order, getting your work life in order, just feeling that King of Cups energy, like you're on top of the world, like you're on top of everything, that you've really gotten it together and you've worked really hard to do so, and you're just feeling like a fucking boss. It's pretty fantastic. Your environment, and the reason why you feel that way is because you are seeing the opportunities that are afforded you. I think that, you know, even though you were in conflict, and once again, this is the 5 of Cups, so 5s in tarot are about conflict, you know, you're not seeing what you've lost anymore. You're seeing the opportunities that are ahead of you, even though technically in this card, and by technically I mean in this card, they are behind you. But this goes along with the 3 of Swords, that it's this energy of seeing new opportunities, overcoming loss and disappointment. You know, that, like I keep saying, jobs are coming in. If it's a work situation for you, you know, new opportunities to delegate responsibility in the workplace are coming to you. You know, and if this is a love reading for you, you're over that breakup and you're seeing the new people on the horizon, that this person, you know, might have broken your heart and made you feel crappy for a while, but you're getting over it and you're out in the world. It's time for you, you know, to give of yourself again. I think that you're going to be feeling so good that the thing that you're scared of is that the world is going to turn in the opposite direction. It's almost going to feel like, it feels like luck is on your side right now. And I think that there's a fear for some Leos that it's not, that the world is going to turn upside down, that something's going to come in and just cause a whole ton of disappointment and sadness. And you're going to be right back to where you started with that Hermit energy. But this is just saying that, you know, if you keep on the path, there's no need to fear this. You know, the world is not going to turn upside down. You are in control of it. That's what the Chariot is saying. You are in control of the things in your life and the opportunities that, you know, are surrounding you right now because you have put that energy out in the world. And I think that also perhaps some Leos have had some belief systems that they've had to change, especially when it comes to how hard they work at work or in relationships. And I think that there's just this sense of, like, I'm just ready to move forward. I'm ready to move forward, and that means not doing things the way that I have been, you know, and we talked about that with the Hierophant card too. So in the outcome card, we have the King of Pentacles. So remember how I said before that you are going to start delegating responsibilities to people and they're going to start taking on more responsibility to help you out? Well, I think that a higher up is going to see that this is going on, and that's going to lead you to either get a promotion, to get a raise, that there are people in positions of power who could help you move up at your job, who are going to be seeing what you're doing and they're going to like what they see. And so I think that by, you know, July, you know, and maybe even moving into like August, September, you know, you could see a raise, you could see a promotion. You know, if you are currently looking for employment, this sees you employed and at the top of your game. If you are looking for a relationship, this sees you with somebody who's extraordinarily grounded, who's abundant, who has a really nice life set up for themselves, who doesn't need anything from you because they already come to the table fulfilled. And this is also you coming to a relationship feeling as though you have abundance, that you have fulfillment, that you're grounded. So this is the energy that you're attracting from someone else. It's really beautiful. Yeah, because you're just so full and, you know, things are really happening for you. Let's see. So let's see what those new opportunities are that are surrounding you. So I'm going to pull some clarification cards for the Five of Cups. I only need 3 cards, so I'm going to shuffle the Lenormand Tarot deck and then get some cards about that. Yeah, I'd like to see what opportunities are surrounding you so that you can really take the jump, know what you're looking out for, or even just like what the deal is concerning those opportunities. Oh, all right, there's one. Yeah, so this is commitment. So this is the Ring card. You'll notice that it's 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. So this is about contracts. This is about marriages. This is about, you know, signing the contract for work. All right, so we need 2 more cards. So I think that that card is really talking about, like, if you met someone new, there's a potential for commitment there, and you see it. And you're ready for that commitment because you're embodying King of Pentacles and King of Cups energy. So you're steady, you're sturdy, and you're emotionally mature. And this is also saying that, like, you're ready to commit to the job. Like, that's the opportunity that you're seeing, that there's job offers coming that are solid, that are real. You know, job offers where people are saying, here, sign this contract, we really want you. Or this is even, you know, in, like I said, with a relationship situation, this could very well be a relationship that results in marriage. I know that we're kind of all over the place with this reading, but, you know, this could also be that someone was out of the picture for a while, that you and somebody broke up. That person was out of the picture for a while. All of a sudden, you know, you've tried really hard to get over the breakup. You realized a lot of things about, you know, how much you should have to work in a relationship. This person could have come back into your life and made offers of love to you seemingly out of nowhere. You feel as though you're back in charge and you know, better than ever because this person has come back and now you're seeing opportunities for marriage and commitment on the horizon. That's possible too. So let's see. So that 5 of Cups in reverse. Like, the cards just are like, okay, all right, we don't want to say anything. Blah, blah. All right, let's see. All right, 5 of Cups in reverse. 5 of Cups in reverse. All right. I think we have, like, do you want to fall out? No, of course not. All right, so I think we have 2 more shuffles. And then we'll pick 2 more cards. Okay, wait. All right, so, and this is interesting. So the card that just fell out is the Path card. And it's also a 22. 2 plus 2 is 4. So this is that there are 2 different paths to take when it comes to your home life. And especially 2 different paths that you can take to your commitment. So that 2 behind you, it could be that there are 2 different people. It could be that there are 2 different job opportunities. Yeah, and you just have to decide which one to take. That's a great place to be. No wonder you're feeling so, like, hot to trot. Because you got options, right? Like, who doesn't love an option? Unless, of course, you're an indecisive person, in which case options are the devil. But I think that you're in a... Okay, and here's the last. This the cards were like, shut the fuck up already, Jesus. Alright, so here, we have the card that just fell out is the tree. So this is just about life. This is about your life about to get even richer, even fuller, and made so by these opportunities. It's literally saying that either path you choose, there is no bad choice. That, like, life will be happy and full regardless of which way you decide to go. Because the Tree of Life is just a super happy, positive card filled with luck. So we do have a 5 here. So I think that the only thing that the 5 is saying is that, like, you will have so many options that perhaps that's the only thing that causes a conflict. Because you are going to feel so strong, stronger than you have in a long time, if these stressful situations concerning work or relationships have made you feel as though, you know, you're a little harried, a little stressed. Excuse me. So things are about to even out. You're about to be just a boss. Bossing it hardcore. Alright, so I'm going to pull one more card. It's the last message for Leo from the Guardian Angel Tarot deck by Doreen Virtue. So what is the final message for Leo? What is the final message for Leo? These cards are so big. So big. Okay, so what are the final messages for... Ooh, okay. You know what's so funny? We've been talking about choices, right? Oh god, and this card came up too. So I'm not going to read what the WinWin Solution says because well, maybe I will. Okay, so these are the two cards that came up. So this one popped up, and it's a win-win solution. And on the, like, that's what we were saying before. So we have two paths that Leo can cross, right? Or, like, that Leo can go on. And so it's just saying that, like, a win-win solution. So, like, you have two options. They're both win. Like, you can't lose. So there's strength and diversity. By blending the ideas of other people with your own, you can often come up with a solution that's magnificent. You don't have to work so hard on your own. You can include other people in the work. Start by focusing on the aspects that everyone agrees upon, and then open your mind to compromise and working together. Stay balanced and seek out a moderate approach. So I'm going to read what that little book that comes with this says and see if there are more messages that resonate with you guys. So there's great strength in diversity. This card suggests that the situation you find yourself in right now would be vastly improved by melding your ideas with someone else's. Who around you might have suggestions which, when blended with your own ideas, would bring about a miraculous solution. Rather than focusing on the differences between you and someone else, you've entered a time for compromise and working together. Be open to other people's ideas. Try to see the world as those around you see it. There's so much to gain by working together right now if you just seek out a win-win solution. Additional meanings of this card: taking a moderate approach, cooperation, seeking a perfect balance, self-restraint, reconciliation, being patient until the time is right. Works for both relationship and work, depending on what your situation is, Leo. And if you're having trouble deciding, I think that this is very interesting. So if you are still feeling blocked, if you are still feeling as though there's something in the way of your happiness, this card is coming up to say choose freedom. Yep. So this says, sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked, but often that's just an illusion. You could free yourself from the obstacles that you're so focused on by choosing a different path. Turn your thoughts away from negativity and instead envision endless other possibilities you might act upon. So this one, and what's funny is that it's the card immediately following Win-Win Solution is 14. And choose freedom is 15. So sometimes we can feel as though we're trapped. We may perceive ourselves as being locked into a life that we don't want or like. What we often don't realize is that we have the key to this lock. We could free ourselves by making different choices. We can release our hearts from our unhappiness by accepting responsibility for where we are here and now. By doing so, we can then step back into our own power. Choose freedom. Ask your angels to remove every negative thought from your mind and help you focus on the amazing possibilities. Step past your fears and out into the light where you can grow, evolve, and fly. Don't allow anyone or anything, including your own self-doubts, to keep you from being the person you wish to be. Additional meanings of this card: getting free of dependency or self-imposed limitations, ending an unhealthy relationship, forgiving yourself, and materialism. So I think that this comes along with the, like we said before, the Hermit card. I think that you really took yourself out of the game for a while, and that Choose Freedom card is saying it's time to shine, Leo. You've been dim long enough. We need you back. All right, Leo, I've had so much fun doing this reading for you. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed doing it. If you have any questions or comments, please either leave them in the comment section of the video, or please feel free to email me at intuitivetarotempath@gmail.com. And if you're interested in a personal reading, please check out my website, intuitivetarotempath.com. Have a wonderful June. I'm super excited for you guys and all of the success that you're about to manifest, and I'll see you guys in July. Bye.